You know, if you simplify them down and try to say what's the big picture of what they're saying, there are fundamentally three assertions. Okay? The first is that God is a scientific hypothesis which is rendered incredible by modern science. That's their assertion. Okay? The second assertion is that science is showing that religion is nothing more than a natural phenomenon. And the third assertion is that religion is evil. Okay, and so that those are to you know, boil it down to its simplest level, most of what they say falls into one of those three categories. And I think that what I tried to say in my paper for Biologos was that the first two assumptions, which are really the scientific assumptions, the assertion that modern science basically has disproved the God hypothesis, as Dawkins would put it, and the assertion that modern science has shown that religion is nothing more than the outworkings of a natural phenomena. Those two pillars of the militant atheist arguments are really founded on an underlying presupposition. And that underlying presupposition is that science is all the real knowledge there is. And that's what I call scientism. So scientism at its simplest level is the belief that science, meaning the methods that we inherit from the scientific revolution and natural science, science is the only way to get real knowledge, and that nothing else really counts. And that's kind of implicit in almost all of the arguments that are put forward in those two categories by the militant atheists. So Dawkins, for example, is insistent in numerous places in his writings that God is a scientific hypothesis. And he says this explicitly in a number of different places. But it strikes me that is so totally counterintuitive. It's very remarkable that statement isn't just simply ruled out of court as being, of course, wrong. I mean, if there ever were anything in our knowledge, in our understanding of the world that would qualify as not being a scientific hypothesis, it would seem to me that it was obviously the things of, you know, religion, of the existence of God, you know, of metaphysics. Those seems to me the most obvious things that one would pick upon to be the kinds of questions that are not scientific questions. And I certainly think, by and large, they are not scientific questions. So it's to me remarkable that he is able to make those assertions. He doesn't make an argument that God is a scientific hypothesis, he simply asserts it. And he can get away with that, I think, because this belief, this underlying presumption that science is all the real knowledge there is very, very widespread in our society. And many people unwittingly adopt it because it's kind of the ground on which much academic and intellectual discussion is carried out these days.